Hello, this is Warpath 1985, and I've returned. With that aside, I should now start the review. In today's video review, I should be discussing the Gundam HGUC Zaku-2 1.0 version, or technically the first version. It's kind of confusing. Now, this model kit's obviously a custom of mine, custom painted and everything. And it's my first ever painted HGUC kit. I did like 2 years ago. I think I did either 2 years ago or something like that. So hot minute, and I did a decent job for it being my first HGUC painted up customized kit, or they're just custom painted. And I just wanted to do a review of this thing because I'm doing a couple other reviews of HG kits because I'm actually getting a lot of HG kits in right now. I also got some new ones here and there, and also a bunch from P Bandai because I actually now am buying some stuff from there for the first time. So hopefully some of those do come in soon. Only I believe one coming in next month because I wasn't able to get Dom Trope and etc. from Unicorn because I missed out a bunch of those because one I was at work, and then one was just I didn't have the money because I already spent money on petco or whatever. Other than that, just gonna review. Now, the HGUC version 1 of this Zaku-1 kit is very, very basic. Not only in articulation, but also details as well. Because with the new Revive one that came out, I believe, back in 2020 or 2021, it is a huge difference. Especially when compared with with Revive kit, kind of based its started body off, which is the Zaku F2 and the, the Origin Zaku. Those two molds are kind of being much very similar because both of them, the original version has DNA kind of pretty much came from the F2 version of the Zaku-2, and this kind of moved to the HGUC Revive or 2.0 version of the HD Zaku-2. Because of that, this not general thing, but more this general kit has been forgotten and is somewhat forlorn nowadays. You can still get it some places, but primarily very similar to other early HD kits. You can only get it through multi-packs, etc., which is where I got my second kit of this mold from, which is from the HGUC Zaku-2, or technically Gundam Arc 78 versus Zaku-2 kit, which is second part of the Enjugay type of series. Second kind of related to that, but not particularly really, still pretty much its own thing. But besides that, the kit itself is limited when it comes to its details. I'm just gonna focus in and zoom in a little bit. It's very basic in its details, even though if I did try to do my best to do some detailing here and there, mostly just some details as in just texture, because with this HD kit, when I was painting it for the first time, I wanted to give it a unique texture that I believe has never been particularly done with any other Zaku kit. However, there has been very similar texturings, dirt and scuffing, some rusting bits here and there. I'll throw a bunch of images of those HD kits I'm referring to, those customizers from various customizing contest, etc. Other than that, I believe I'm the first person ever to do this, which is create a cast metal texture. Now, this is predominantly just very easy to see when you look at the shield. If I can focus on there, right there, you can see right here. It is very, very unique, and it's very, very nice. I worked really hard in trying to get this right, just as cast metal type of texture and general look. It's only noticeable when you kind of whip your finger and nail against it, or also do reflections. But other than that, it is pretty good. I didn't give them my best with this thing. I also, with me repainting this, because I wanted to further some more textures, etc., is I'm trying to focus on there, which is give the left arm a unique texture, which is just burnt or scuffed metal. If you've ever seen Gundam Thunderbolt, specifically the first season, I believe. I think it's called I think it's December Sky. No, I think December Sky is the second season. I can't remember, but there's a particular scene where one of the main kind of like Xeon cast was like a best friend, one of the friends of Daryl, Zaku pilot. He's being chased by Eo Fleming in his former Gundam, and there's a scene where I believe he's like fires like a hole through a colony or destroyed colony or derelict colony, whatever, and melts like half of the or kind of just melts the top layer of the Brick Dom's like arm or left arm. So because of that, I was kind of inspired to just kind of like recreate that, but through a Zaku. It's not that very not because I'm pretty coming up that very easily, but it's mostly just self-contained to the hand, which is kind of hard to focus. But there you go, yeah. Where you see some of the paint's like rubbed off, and like one side is like very very scuffed up and kind of has very low paint left over, where our side has like some just there, just lingering about. And also the other parts here, like it's like very slightly melted away. The paint's like missing, etc. So yeah, I did like put like a lot of heart and love into this little custom paint job here. But other than that, those are just like my touches of this kit. But still, it's just the old HG version 1 of the Zaku-2. Very simple details, very simple articulation, which we're going to next. Which is ball joints at the shoulder pads, and or technically it's not ball joint, it's shoulder pad. It's technically like a hinge here. The shield actually has a ball joint. The head is also on a ball joint, but it's also technically a ball joint polygraph, which is still being used nowadays, but different ways to describe it. Has a very basic 90-degree band at the elbow. And there goes and, which just happened, even though I did do my best to try to tighten it up a little bit. But has a swivel at the bicep, swivel at the hand. Has no waist articulation, which is very common for very early HG kits. You just don't have any waist articulation, or just barely any. Usually just shifting joints, etc. The that's shield skirts with the skirts can move outwards, and you can move the legs. Very very limited. More as not limitedly. I don't know if it's particularly a word, but more just this very limited articulation when it comes to the movement of the legs. So since unlike later HG kits where they relied on more like a vinyl type, like softer plastic, so you get more articulation out of it. Early HG just used the standard like hard plastic, or technically palm, I believe it's the use as palm. I can't remember. ABS. I think they use ABS plastic for the skirt armor. But this is purely Zaku, because I don't know about the various Federation stuff. Besides that, a very kind of just barely a 90-degree bend at the knee, even though it's technically a double joint, or technically double hinge. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called. But strangely enough, a lot of articulation with the ankles. We're going to extend outwards and get a little more articulation. It's very good, but the problem is that the inside of the Zaku-2's skirt armor, not skirt armor, but the ankle armor, or the armor that surrounds the ankles of the foot. I'm starting to like pretty weirdly because I haven't reviewed or haven't reviewed the HG kit in like a hot minute, like a whole year I believe. Besides that, the ankle armor that surrounds the foot is very tight together. More just very like spare little space for it just move around. Because of that, You can't really do much with the foot, but with extended, you can do a lot more stuff. This is best like shown if you just like this, just barely any articulation or movement basically, but if you send it outwards and also occasionally pop out like that. Let's plug it back in here. A lot more. Just there's a lot more to describe it. But that does also mean it's just exposed the joint there and kind of looks really ugly. Besides that, for features, obviously you can have swaddled hands, which I do have here. But I never actually painted them. Here's the right closed fist. And if I can, I think I actually misplaced it. The left trigger finger. I'll show you back 1 second. Another point articulation I wanted to mention, because it's actually pretty unique. Because of early HG shenanigans, you can particularly have the mono eye track that modern Zakus have, or most Zeo mobile suits have, or A mobile suits. Various mobile suits have mono eyes. You have to like physically like use your thumb or finger to just shift mono eye like this. Or shift it back like so. It's super hard, and I'm not really sure why they did this, or then it's just could be like me thing because I have very large fingers. But yeah, the only way you can move around the mono eye is just by shifting it with your thumb or your finger over, like so. Or you could simply just crack open the head and move around like that. But other than that, you can only just use like your finger when it's all closed up, which is fine. It's just very archaic in nature. Here it is, the left trigger finger, which obviously can be swapped out and gifted. Oh, there goes the comparison stuff. I didn't see that, but yeah, you can swap out with these hands as well. Which I'll be starting the comparisons now, or not now, but a little later, but because I'll be the one to bring that the hand stop later, because it'll be very important. Other features is obviously, or there's the articulation I mentioned beforehand. He has this little open panel here, which has this little clip where you can place your bazooka, which I also made a custom paint job with, where it's just painted it silver and painted a flat gray over top of it, so it has this very like metallic yet also dull color scheme. And you just put it on there. There's a little clip, and there you go. He has a bazooka on there. Or you can have it inside the hand and have your Zaku wield it, or more or less just fire it at any sort of Federation mobile suit like a Jim or the White Devil himself or itself. And like so. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. You also have the classic Zaku machine gun, which this mold has been reused several times, even modified also. But mostly just is very just the same throughout. I've already mentioned with the bazooka, but I want to finish it now. Do both have movable cameras here, which is pretty neat. Unlike the bazooka where you can reload it, the Zaku machine gun, you can reload it, or once just remove the magazine. Similar to, I believe, like other Zaku machine guns, is hollow underneath, but also it was just HD shenanigans, because early HD was very common to have like just empty there's just empty parts, or where it's just like heads underneath, or was underneath a head of a mobile suit, it should be completely hollow, which is very foreign when it comes to modern day HG kits, which is super unique, super unique. But other than that, you also have the Heat Hawk, which I also painted again. Just remove it here. There we go. Yeah, low-key hawk. Some slight detailing here, where it's like ever so slightly, just the paint's just been chipped away. I was painted the yellow clip the hawk goes on, which obviously goes either on the left or right waist armor, technically, or skirt armor. But yeah, very simple. The Zaku can hold it, technically, but it's very, very loose. You just put it in the kit's hand. I tried my best to just tighten it up here, and as you can tell, it is working, but on other occasions, which I'll show a little bit later in my next review, with future Zaku kits, it doesn't really work that way. Even before I painted this thing, it doesn't really work that way. Other features are obviously remove the knees, not the knees, but the calves. You can place the rocket pods, which were introduced, I believe, in the first episode of also Gundam. Which I also painted again, the rockets as well. I painted. Don't want to forget to mention that. I believe they're featured in the first episode of also Gundam, but also were used by what was his name? I completely forget his name. It's not Rommel. It's Desert Rommel. Desert Rommel is the Dewage custom guy. Rumbaral, there we go. Rumbaral's like right hand man that used like a rocket pod for a Zaku-2. But yeah, here is the Zaku-2 with the rocket pods. We're just having me display it because I'm wanting to display this as a Zaku-2 Heavy Arms, which is a Zaku type you can play as in the Gundam Battle Version 2 game. And I'm glad that she sometimes Gundam Battle Version 2 will sometimes name those specific versions of Zaku instead of just having this be Zaku-2 with a couple accessories. But obviously in the game it does have access to the Megala Top Cannon, or prototype version I believe, which is only really included with the Garmazabi version of this kit, or technically the ground type commander Zaku-2, or Zaku-2 commander ground type. But other than that, and with that, I should now start with the comparisons. First with the 2-pack version of the Zaku-2, or more or less the version 1 of the Zaku-2. The reason why I wanted to particularly show this kit off is not only just because that this is one of the only other ways to get this HG kit now, because they pretty much currently are phasing out the older HG 1.0 version, similar to what they did to the HG 1.0 version of the gun cannon, and the RX-782, the Quebly, the Mark II, the Zeta Gundam, and I believe what's it called again? The HGUC. There we go, the HGUC. All those with the revive, etc. Revives, there we go. Also the Goof as well. The older 1.0 version not being phased out. Of course, similar to the 1.0 version of the Gundam, you can get in like in other sets and etc. Similar to the Mark II, where you can get like with the Super Gundam because it still uses the same Mark II mold. This is the only other way you can get the original HGUC 1.0 version of Zaku-2. But there's a slight difference. That being the accessories being very, very slightly different. So the hands, although a very similar color scheme, are actually slightly different. If I can search for the right hander, there we go. So here's the fist from the older HG kit, and here's the fist from the 2-pack version. as you can see, it is ever so slightly just saturated. I'm trying to focus in, but I don't have so time just focusing on the skirt armor. I may just pull it backwards. I can do it like that. There we go. Yeah, it's ever so slightly just saturated. When it comes to the main like green that's throughout the Zaku. It's just ever so slightly just saturated, and more just slightly darker. This also extends to the green that's will usually be like olive green on the original kit. No, it's this lighter type of like forest green technically, and have this gray details or gray type of color scheme with the knee pads, feet, and chest plate, and also the jetpack. Not the jetpack. Jetpack is actually used in a different manner, but still. All these have a slightly different color. They're slightly lighter. And obviously the not the knee pads, but the joint pieces here and there are also a lot brighter. I think this is mostly because that the main like selling point with this like 2-pack is just it looks a lot more animation accurate to the anime, because anime had a lot more brighter colors, but with the older HD kits usually focus on more like darker colors. It's not as apparent, but it's a lot more apparent when you compare the RX-78 to the original HD kit, which I might get one day because I do want to get the version V 3-pack, which is still available on certain stores actually, even though it's like ancient. It's a very old 3-pack because kind of like during the days when P Bandai, not P Bandai, but when Bandai was actually nice and not very greedy. Besides that, let's compare it with the White Devil or the RX-78. Again, this is one to 2-pack, and as you can tell, it is very, very funky because it is just the 1.0 version, but with more saturated colors, or brighter colors in fact. Has brighter blues, brighter yellows, etc. I'll be talking this with, want to do the review on this thing, because I'll be doing a review on the 2-pack a little later. But yeah, just some bright colors. Not that much of difference, but still. Has other comparisons, the Zaku-2's counterpart to the Federation, or the Federation's version of the Zaku-2, which is just the gym, or if you're really into the lore, that would be technically the Zanny or the Dale. Well, just Thunderbolt shenanigans. But technically the Zanny is technically still canon, but the Dale's from Thunderbolt, which is not technically canon, well, still is technically canon. It's weird. Let's have the Dom, which, yeah, significant side difference because it makes sense because the Dom is just general bigger, beefier mobile suit. Raptor shenanigans, etc. Also have the Zaku Kai with the Fritzum head, because I really just want to be like the Fritzum. I just think it's neat. It's kind of like very similar to the Gara Zulu, and try to go from World War II aesthetic, but unlike the Gara Zulu went all the way, the Fritzum on the Zaku Kai was a lot more subdued, but it gave you the gist of what they're going for. Pardon me. And for more comparisons, here is the gun tank, which is the old version, because they're re-releasing that old Operation V set, but with the newer revive versions of the kits, which is interesting to say the least. I'll be talking about the 2-pack version, I'll do that later. But, which might make a revive version of the gun tank, which I highly doubt, because this HG kit from back in 2000, I believe, 2000 or 1999, is fine. It's fine. It does its job. But I do want them just to make the assault gun tank and etc. Like, I really want them to do a holdover in HG scale instead of like a 138 scale, which is the holdover for the Igloo mini line, whatever they did for that. And finally, the camper, which is my personal favorite, 1 year war mobile suit. Once again, significant size difference, because the camper is similar to the Dom, where big reactor equals big mobile suit, or powerful reactor equals big mobile suit. Besides that, this kit is very, very unique, and it is close to my heart because it was my first real HGUC kit. Because our first real high grade kit was it's not the full armor Gundam. It was called the Gundam Heavy Arms. So I go from Gundam Wing, because I received it as a Christmas present, which is it's just a fun kit. It's a very fun kit. But this is my first HGUC kit I ever built, and because it has very, very nice little spot inside my heart. I do recommend it. That's mostly just because the 2-pack version is still being sold, and you might find the normal HG kit somewhere around the internet and various HG/Gunpla websites. But if you want to buy it, I don't know, from a local hobby store, from either it be because I live here in California, like Gunzo, etc. It's still kind of available, but not in that much stock. Because again, this thing's been phased out and mostly being replaced by the Revi version, similar to what happened beforehand with the gun cannon. As they're into that gun cannon, you can only get it through, like I said before, the 2-pack, or technically gun cannon, you only get it for 3-pack, or get through that version of the 3-pack. Other than that, like, comment, and subscribe, and I shall hopefully see you next time. Bye.